All right, guys, we are back. Same day, different video. So you guys actually commented. Shout out to my guy. I'm pretty sure he's actually commented on a couple of my videos, and I really appreciate that. He asked, hey man, really appreciate the videos. I am also a small dealer in NC, just started about 6 months ago. And it would be great if you could get me a video with about 3 or 5 things that I wish I knew before I started my dealer journey. This is great, man. And there's things that would put you 2 to 3 years ahead of time to help you scale faster, like managing your time, efficiency, finance, floor plan, warranty companies, and who you use to recon cars. Wow. I got you, man. I got you. This is crazy because this is easy. In hindsight, 2020's hindsight. Okay, so here we go, guys. I even wrote a little list out for you, man. And I'll tell you what, I might be able to save you more than 2 or 3 years, to be honest with you. So the first thing I want to say in the beginning is cash flow is everything. You need to be confident in the fact that your cars are going to move. So when you buy a vehicle, buy it with the intention that somebody is actually going to want that car. Do not just buy it because on paper it says you're going to make money. That's tip number 1. That actually goes hand in hand with my second tip. It's having the wrong stuff will kill you. So number 1 thing, make sure that you actually like the car and would probably drive it if you were in the customer situation looking for whatever you're offering. Titles can and will be a major problem if you try to sell cars with no title. Seen it happen 100 times. Fortunately, I never got into that stuff, but I highly recommend that nobody sells a car without a title. Not only is it risky, but it's illegal. So just stay away from that. Do clean business and build a legitimate foundation. Seriously, guys. I mean, we got one of the biggest car dealerships in Shelby, and this would not be the case if we had bad practices. And don't get me wrong, I used to have plenty of bad practices, but titles was not one of them. This kind of all goes hand in hand with my third point. Your reputation is everything. If you're gonna be the kind of guy who's gonna sell a car to somebody and 5 minutes down the road, they're gonna call you and tell you something catastrophic, like something terrible happened, and you're not willing to help the customer whatsoever, don't expect to last very long in this game, because there was obviously something wrong with this car, or the customer was just out of their mind and threw the car in park while they were driving. And plenty of times we thought that was the case. And over time we realized that these cars are problematic and we need to be much better about how we navigate what we do and don't buy. And that will come with time. That will come with learning, you know, what cars work and don't work for not only your dealership, your area, your price range, your customer base. Every region's gonna be a little bit different. Everybody's needs are gonna be a little bit different, but definitely try to make sure you're selling good stuff so you don't have these problems in the first place. But if you do not jam the customer up. Just put yourself in their shoes and try to be better than the next guy. That is how you succeed. 90% of these guys are playing the same game. It's the 10% of us that are gonna level up, are gonna understand what it takes to go above and beyond in this business for the customer to actually attract more customers. Point number 5 or 6, I really don't know where we're at this point. You're gonna need systems sooner than you think. Everybody thinks they can just wheel and deal, one-man shop, and it's just not gonna really be good for you in the long run if you think that you're gonna be able to do it all. And that's something I certainly thought I could do in the beginning, running around, trying to drive cars, inspect cars, clean cars, sell cars, buy cars, fix cars. Not that I was actually under the hood fixing cars, but you know, I would do headlight restoration. I'd be replacing the lamps. I would be, you you know, running them down to the tire shop, really whatever needed to get done, I would do it. And that's great and all for the first couple of months. Get your cash flow, keep your overhead low, get into a rhythm. But as soon as you have the ability to hire somebody, and you don't have to hire a full-timer, hire a part-timer, hire a kid that can handle the workload that you're gonna put them on, and just get into the rhythm of trying to create systems. And I would highly, highly recommend, I mean, it's a 21st century, guys. If you don't have a DMS system printing off the deal for you with the customer information and the vehicle information, and you're still out here handwriting deals, please look into getting a dealer management system. We used to use Frazier. We're currently using Dealer Center. You got Dealer Track. There is so many great systems out there. Wayne Reeves. Go ahead and look into them. They're all pretty similar at the end of the day. And if you're just starting off, really, any of the four will suffice. My next point is, you're not in the car business, to be honest. You're in the people business. You're selling high ticket items, and you need to make sure there's a level of satisfaction that your customers experience when they leave your lot. It's super important that you're not some shisty dude just shysting everybody, because honestly, dude, you don't want to be a prick. And if you are a prick, well, this video isn't for you. I don't even know why you're watching, because you're probably not going to take my advice anyway. Be a good person. Try to do the right thing. Imagine you're selling this car to your friend, and it becomes a lot easier to scale. That is really the truth. Now, floor plan. This is a tricky one, guys. So I would say if you're going to go into this business these days, you definitely have to have some level of capital. I'll be completely transparent. I got into this business in 2017, and I only had $15,000 or $20,000, and that was to cover rent and the vehicle. Now, granted, my first store, I was only paying $2,800 a month, and we didn't have any advertising. We stuck with Facebook for the beginning, for the first year or two, actually. And we soon acquired a floor plan to buy more cars. And this is where it ties in hand in hand. Now, a floor plan can be a good thing, but you need to know what you're doing. You need to know that you're going to be able to sell the car. So we'll backtrack to that cash flow. You should get every one of your cars off, and you should have it in your mind that from the day it's posted, you got 30 days that car needs to be gone. Now, that is a good marker. Typically, if you can get it off in 45 days, that means you could turn your whole lot once every month and a half, which, depending on the size of your lot, depending on the size of your needs, your overhead, you got to make that number work, obviously. So with that being said, get into a rhythm first, understand where you're at, make sure you're not buying garbage, because if you have a lot of cars on the floor plan that are garbage, you're going to be accruing debt on stuff that isn't moving, and it's going to be really, really ugly when it's time to pay off those vehicles, because you only have, I think, 90 or 180 days to do so. And trust me, time flies in this business when you have problematic cars and you don't know how to fix them, and you don't have the money to fix them, or you're too indecisive to just make a move. Time flies. So you're going to be at those curtailments. You're going to be paying fees the whole way. And next thing you know, you owe $30,000 for the cars that you have to pay off, and you paid $6,000 in fees on top of that. And $30,000 is only really 10 $3,000 cars. I mean, I don't know how you can't buy cars any cheaper than that, but I'm thinking for you guys starting off, you might try to start at that place. Don't. Really, honestly, you can't even get a quality car these days with sub 150,000 miles for any less than less than $5,000. So really, guys, I would personally recommend, if you have 20 car spots, start with 10, start with 5. As long as you can cover the overhead, especially if you're a one-man band, just have 5 good cars where you feel good about selling them. Ask customers for reviews. Build your business, build your foundation. Don't start your business with 0 Google reviews and get 2 1-star reviews. It's gonna take 20 more 5-star reviews to build back to even a 4 or 5. So truly, take care of the business in the beginning, take care of the customers in the beginning. It will take care of your mental, the customers will be satisfied, and it's just gonna allow for you to do good business. This is one thing we really didn't know. We were burning and turning customers left and right when we were just starting off, and it wasn't because obviously we wanted to, but when you have multiple customers calling in and complaining about things weeks after the sale, even a day or two after the sale, you know, you just tend to say, hey, we got to treat every customer the same, and it's a big X. But as you get better, as you become more resourceful, you learn how to add warranties to cars, and just first of all, buy better cars in the beginning. And trust me, if you buy good cars, you're not going to get these calls. I mean, we sell a lot of cars these days. We sell upwards of 150, 200 cars a month. And yes, we still get calls here and there, and we still have a lot to do on our inventory, but we're currently working a deal to try to get a little bit more funding ourselves so we can actually up the car quality. So I'm actually in the same boat as all of you young guys starting out, just a couple of steps ahead. And really, fundamentally, it's all the same. Just continue to do better and better by the customer and do better and better by the people in the business. And you're going to see how things are going to flourish relatively quickly. And trust me, it feels a lot better today, having a lot less headache, not to mention we have systems. So there are other people that help deal with these issues, than being a one-man band trying to get rich kick scheme and just really fumbling and getting yourself in a big mess. All right, guys, that is pretty much all of it. But this last point I'm gonna make is by far the most important when you get established. Just give me 1 second, let me chew this up. I'm really tasting the rainbow right now. All right. My last one, and really this is when you get established, I would highly recommend just using Facebook and Craigslist and whatever you can that's relatively inexpensive. And honestly, you should get, one of the Car Gurus, Carfax, Auto Trader, Cars.com, Edmunds, Cars for Sale. But with all that being said, marketing is not optional. It's absolutely necessary whenever you get to a level where you feel yourself competing with other people and you're really acquiring an overhead that needs to be fulfilled. So once you've got all the bases established, once you're confident enough in your buying abilities, now granted, you're gonna have to up that as time goes on. You can buy 2 cars a week, then it turns to 5, then it turns to 10, then it turns to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100. And there's gonna be some level of pressure as you have to buy more cars. That's where you need to expand your buying team. And granted, I'm still trying to work on that. Me and my brother, we're still the main buyers for the 2 operations we have. And, it's something that we know we can definitely delegate, but we want to become a little bit more established and get the stores more on par before we start to really train anybody up in that area. Just because we honestly are still at a pretty fragile time in the business, to be honest. So, take that with a grain of salt. We're 7 years in, and we still feel relatively fragile. So, definitely is going to take a lot to feel strong. And trust me, I used to feel strong, but once you actually realize where you're at in the grand scheme of things, you start to humble yourself a little bit. Couple quick tips for you guys that are crazy out there. Don't buy cars at the auction blind. Know your break even on every car. Keep the overhead low as possible. Don't grow too fast. This is something we did. If you guys go back and watch my videos, just 3 months ago, we had 4 dealerships. We're scaling down to 2. We just talked to the landlord and had to do a pretty big settlement to get out of our Monroe store. And we're basically breaking even on that entire project, and we've been there for a whole year. So don't scale too quickly. Try to prioritize your efficiency in the business, because you can do double the business out of 1 location if it's ran correctly than you could out of 2 sloppy shops. Stay on top of your DMV compliant stuff. Turn your plates, turn your deals in, do everything you're supposed to do, because that is the name of the game, guys. We really don't have to do that much as dealers, except hold ourselves accountable to a high standard, sell good cars, and turn in the paperwork. Other than that, guys, I think we covered a lot of bases, honestly. I feel like this video wasn't even supposed to be this long, but there's actually a good amount of stuff that goes into the stores, but all in all, I feel like if you can handle that, you can handle what I got going on here. And for any of you guys starting off, and for any of you guys watching this video for the first time, my name is George Demakos. I'm one of the owners of Auto Revolution. We own 4 car dealerships. We're now at 2. Each of the stores are roughly 200 car lots in capacity. So we've got roughly a 400 car inventory. Now we're currently still scaling this store behind me here, but the one in Gastonia is already at 200. So we're just waiting to kind of get this guy filled up. We got a lot of cool stuff in store coming for it. But with that being said, I started with 5 cars in 2017 and built up a 50 car store over the course of 5 years. So it took a long time. Then kind of grew a set of nuts and just started getting too many leases, and I learned a lot of things very quickly, and I really want you guys to avoid that. Definitely don't do what I did and try to add 3 more stores when you come from 1. Don't go from 1 to 4. It's insanity. I was always listening to GC, man. I don't need the 10X. You just need a 2X, guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate y'all taking the time. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I'll be happy to answer anything that I might have missed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and go back and watch some of my, I think I talked too fast, guys. I think I talked too fast. I'm trying to slow it down, but I was born in the North. I've been down here forever. It's hard to get it out of me. But please, guys, go and watch some of my older videos. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I really want to bring that style of video back where I have, you know, some longer videos with me walking through the stores, kind of talking with you guys. And just know that I really do appreciate every one of you guys. I actually just had somebody comment on this video less than an hour ago, and I'm trying to get the video pumped out for you right now, buddy. I hope you get some value from this, and I hope you rock out and you kill it, man. 6 months in, I hope the next 6 months bring you a lot of success. Good luck with everything. And like I said, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. Until then, thanks, guys. Boom!